Welcome to OmTimes TV, a division of OmTimes Media and Broadcasting. Welcome to the Enlightenment Academy, where the journey of discovering your inner magic begins. In a world filled with endless possibilities, we invite you to explore the depths of your being and unlock the mysteries of your true potential. Through insightful teachings, transformative practices, and enlightening conversations, we empower you to access the brilliance that resides within you. Join us as we embark on a path of self-discovery, empowerment, and spiritual awakening. Are you ready to tap into the infinite wellspring of magic within you? Here is your host, Venus Castleberg.
Hello everyone, how are you today? Please give me a thumbs up that you can hear me okay. Yay, welcome Amanda, so happy to have you here. Hi Kimberly. I am honored and glad that you guys hear me. I am having to do this from a coffee shop because where I was staying has no power, so how exciting. But great practice for me because I love to travel, so you always have to be like flexible. So just welcome to the Enlightenment Academy, where we help psychic mediums embrace and enhance their gifts so that they can confidently use them in the world. And I wonder where we will go today. Today I wanted to talk about becoming the best version of you. And yeah, Kimberly says, pivot and dance. Yep, that's right. But I have a beautiful art in the background. Isn't it lovely? Becoming the best version of you I would honestly say this was a tough one for me for a really long time. Like, I really thought that I was pretty messed up and um, something was innately wrong with me. I, yeah, was broken. I needed to be fixed. When I became a psychic medium, I was even more broken because I was just like, somebody gave me something I didn't want. Wasn't asking for. I didn't want to be weirder than I already was. So I really struggled. I struggled with who I was in the world. I struggled with what I was capable of. I struggled with my powers. I struggled with everything, truthfully. And it was difficult for me to get to a point where I was like okay with me being me and okay with the gifts that I had and everything. I will say this, the finding access consciousness, God, I think almost 10 years ago. Um, and 10 years ago, um, I discovered access consciousness. And when I discovered access consciousness, I realized I wasn't broken. I didn't need to be fixed, and neither did anybody else. So I will start today in the whole, I guess, idea of becoming the best version of yourself is to get that you're not as fucked up as you think you are. There is no one, and you're just nothing wrong with you. And I know it's hard to believe that or hard to get that at times. And I just want to encourage you to start to see yourself as whole, perfect, and complete, exactly the way you are and exactly the way that you are not. And not to compare yourself or judge yourself based on what other people are doing or based on how people can do it. Cool. So I sat with other mediums, but my body vibration has never been so strong as they are now. Oh, that's cool, Amanda. We're super glad to have you here. That's really exciting. I think you're new to the group. So welcome everybody that is new to the group. If you're new to our Bridging Realms group, we're super excited to have you here. And love all the new people coming in all the time. Super fun. So yeah, like what if you're not as messed up as you thought you were? What if everything that you thought was a wrongness was actually one of your greatest strengths? Think about that for a minute. What is something that you thought was like innately, you can even comment. I'd love to hear your comments. Oh, and if you want to ask me questions or talk to me personally, you can today. But you have to call in a phone number and you call in 202-570-7057. That's 202-570-7057. And you can talk to me personally. I love talking to actual people. So, yeah, I mean, just think about that for a minute. What's the thing that you've always thought was one of the things that was really wrong about you? And go ahead and put it in the comments. If you're not going to call with me, you don't have to. I'd love to see what you believe is wrong about you. And then I can maybe help you destroy and uncreate that today. If you're, feeling courageous. Self-esteem. Okay, cool. So Amanda, is it actually self-esteem or have you bought the lie that you're like, is it doubt? Do you doubt yourself? So a lot of times self-esteem is doubt. So doubt, in access consciousness, we have things called the distractor implants, and there's a lot of them. But doubt is one of the distractor implants. And doubt is a distractor implant literally is designed to take you out of the present moment. It's judgment. It's just a form of judgment, right? So, but Notice how, like, when you doubt something, you're second guessing yourself, or you're like, right, then suddenly you're not present. When you're really present with somebody, when you're, let's say you're channeling or you're giving messages, or, like, it's like you are present in that moment. There's no doubt. A lot of times doubt comes later, like, oh, was that correct? Did that make sense? Do I know what I'm talking about? So common, right? But all of that is judgment. And judgment destroys what's possible. So in Access Consciousness, we have this clearing statement called the clearing statement. And you can find out more information at theclearingstatement.com. I'm not going to go into all of that today, but I am going to use it today. Because doubt is such a tricky one. Self-esteem is such a tricky one, right? So all the places where you believe or doubt yourself or think that you have a low self-esteem, can we destroy and uncreate that? Times a gazillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, puck, putt, all nine shorts, boys, po, bads, meows. Again, you don't have to know what I just said. It's just kind of like a magic eraser and erases the energy. Because there's something here. Welcome, Amara. Nice to see you. Yep. And not side note, but I always say this for people that second guess themselves. It's just practice. The more you do it, the more you're going to be like, oh, I'm actually not crazy, or I really do know what I'm talking about. Right? Hi, Joanne. Welcome. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And I love it when you say hi and show me that you're here. That makes me really excited. Because I love talking to actual people. So fun. So when you doubt yourself, you're in judgment, and then you limit what's possible. It's like how do I want to say that? So it's kind of like there's this flow of energy, this flow of information. Maybe if you're, a psychic medium, or you're somebody who's got gifts, right? And so your gifts are coming through, they're flowing through you, probably pretty easy. And then all of a sudden you're like doubt, and it's like it closes the funnel, it closes the water, it closes the flow, it closes down the flow. So when you close down the flow, then all of a sudden it's like, what just happened? Because you literally stopped that energy from flowing. So all the blocks and all the places where you stopped the energy from flowing, can we destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, puck, pun, all nine shorts, boys, po, bads, and beyonds. And everywhere where you not believed it was possible for you, will you destroy and uncreate that times a gazillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, puck, pot, all nine shorts, boys, po, bads, and beyond. And everywhere where you think that you're crazy because it's different for you than it is somebody else, or you've compared yourself to others, can we destroy and uncreate that times a gazillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, puck, pot, all nine shorts, boys, po, bads, and beyond. I say this a lot, but I'll say it 1,000 times more if I get in just a little bit more every time. There is nobody else on the planet like you, and that's going to have the same experiences as you, because there's nobody else that is you. You are you, and there's nobody else like you. Now, sure, there's going to be people with similarities, but it's going to show up for you completely different. So everywhere where you think that your life, your gifts, your capacities should look like somebody else, can we destroy and uncreate that times gazillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, puck, pot, all nine shorts, boys, po, bads, and beyond. Cool. Anybody else? If you have any questions, 202-570-7057, or you can post them in the thing. So what I asked, and if any of you can chime in now, anybody else have anything that they believe has always been a wrongness or a weakness in their life? I double dog dare you to share it in the comments below. Anybody have the cojones today? Now, if you want to hold on to it, that's totally fine. But I'm showing you a couple of different things here. I'm actually showing you like how to clear them and how to change that. But then I'm also going to talk about them from a different point of view here in a second. Anybody else want to share what you think your greatest wrongness is? Having a false misconception of a past event. Okay, cool. False misconception of a past event. Might have to elaborate on that, but I'll run with what I think I know about that. Ooh, yeah, being told what to do. Okay, cool. Having a false misconception of a past event. Okay, so Astra, was it actually false, or was it all the information that could be received at that time? So anytime, like the universe is always and thank you everyone for commenting and throwing stuff at me. I'm super grateful. It's good for me to have stuff like your engagement today, especially today because I'm in a coffee shop. So the information at that time, right? That was the information at the time. So the universe is always conspiring for you, never against you. Never against you. So even if, and I've seen this for myself, okay, so there's been times where I thought maybe I gave false information or I gave information that was inaccurate or, right, but it was it's usually what that person can hear at that time. And I'm going to tell you guys a little trick. If you're doing readings or you're doing something with your gifts, you don't have to, but if you are, that person can only receive certain things at certain times, and they're only going to hear certain things. It's like you're talking to everybody. Everybody has a filter on their face, right? And this is like how everybody is. They're all filtering what you say through this filter. So what you say to them is actually kind of irrelevant. Now, I'm not, saying go, tell people a bunch of lies. That's not what I'm saying. But they're still not going to hear you anyway. They're going to hear what they want to hear or hear what they can hear in that moment. So whether the information is correct or incorrect is kind of irrelevant. And I know that is going to blow some of your minds right now. Because they're going to hear what they hear. Even if you said the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and like it was ordained by God and it came through like the clouds parted and the angels sang, or right, even if that like really spiritual moment happened for you, chances are it didn't happen for them because they couldn't hear it, because they couldn't see it, because they couldn't feel it, right? So we're just messengers. And messengers, like, you can say just about anything, and that person's going to hear what they need to hear from what you say. You are so welcome, Astra. I'm so glad. Oh, I carried it. Yes. Cool. Yep. It's not, and you're not wrong. This is so key. If you guys got nothing else out of becoming the best version of you, I have God bumps all over my whole body because I would love for you to get. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. There never was, and there never is, and there never will be. You are a gift, exactly the way that you are, and exactly the way that you're not. And it's very true. So even the things that you think are wrong with you, or that you made a mistake, or I don't know, you messed up somewhere in your life, you're still not wrong. You're not evil. You're not. Thanks. You're not evil. You're not. There's just nothing wrong with you. So that is the start to getting to become. Well, I'll say this. It's actually, you already are the best version of you. It's just realizing that you already are. So I kind of tricked you on the whole becoming thing because I was like, you don't become it, you already are that. So, cool. Okay, so some other people had some popped in here, being told what to do. How is that a wrongness of you, though, Patty? Let me know a little bit more about that. Cool. Oh, Kimberly. Thank you, honey. This is a good one because I'm sure you're the only one out there. If I learned to control my gifts, I would be dangerous. Anybody else out there think that they might be dangerous if they, really tapped into their gifts? Oh, yeah, Simon, I get that. Okay, we will do that in a second. But yes, anywhere where any of you think that you're going to be dangerous if you learn to use your gifts, control your gifts, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, fun, all nine shorts, boys, pro, bads, and beyond. I'm going to put it this way. It's going to be a little bit different, as are all the things that I share with you, probably. But I had to look at this for myself too. So I really looked at it. I'm like, okay, I knew I was gifted. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what she's talking about, Amanda. But so I had to look at when I was worried about, like I knew I was gifted and I knew I had powers, and then I had to choose whether or not I was going to do evil with my gifts. I think that's what you're talking about, Kimberly. So everything that is, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nine shorts, boys, pro, bads, and beyond. And I'm going to tell you this right now. It's a choice. It's just a choice. So you get to look at it for yourself. Truth, are you going to do evil with your gifts? And I'm not here to pass judgment, but you get to look at that for yourself and be like, okay, am I here to do evil? I knew for me, I'm not here to do evil. So I was like, okay, so destroy and uncreate everywhere where I thought I was here to do evil. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nine shorts, boys, pro, bads, and beyonds. Okay. Right. I already know that about you, Kimberly. I already know that you are not here to do evil, but you have to get that for yourself. And I think we all do. Like, it's like, who do you want to choose to be? And this is where the becoming piece comes in. Because maybe you weren't, I was an only child and I was spoiled. And for a long time, I was entitled. Now, I'm not looking at that. I'm not judging that. I'm not making it wrong. But I was just like for a long time, I just talked like I was entitled to. I was probably a princess and a queen in another lifetime. I'm certain of it. And then I chose to be different. I chose kindness. I chose compassion. I chose presence. But those were choices I made. So you can also, if there's some part of who you're being in your life, you can choose something else. You can choose something different. You can be like, okay, I don't really like being that person. So then who do I want to be? And then be that instead. Care about people. I think most of you are actually really already care about people, but you pretend not to. Anybody out there doing that? Pretending not to care about other people? I did that a lot too. I'd pretend like I didn't care so that I wouldn't get hurt. So everything that is can be destroyed and uncreated times a gazillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nine shorts, boys, pro, bads, beyond. I'm crazy. I know what I say. Some people think I need help. Yes. Okay. Gotcha, Patty. Okay. Thank you for elaborating. So, Patty, everywhere where you keep buying that you're actually crazy, because is that actually true? And this is for all of you. Look at it for yourself. Truth, are you actually crazy, or do you just know stuff that nobody else knows? I'm going to say most of you are saying, I know stuff that nobody else knows. And that's what makes you uniquely you. And that's what makes you great and unique and amazing and talented and fabulous. Doesn't make you wrong and crazy. Crazy is just what people call you when they don't understand. That's their stuff, not yours. So everywhere where you're buying other people's points of view about you, instead of knowing what you know, can we destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pot, all nine shorts, boys, po, bad, beyond. Just trying to catch up on your comments here. Too soon to get back. Yeah. Well, and Patty, I'll challenge you on that, because we're all psychic SpongeBobs, right? We're all kind of walking around aware of everyone and everything's feelings, thoughts, feelings, and emotions. You can be aware of that and not have it impact you. So I would just encourage you to be like, okay, I'm aware of other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, but you don't have to process them for them. And the truth is, you can't change something for somebody else, because now, like, that's their journey and their path. And then when you take it on trying to help them, now you both have it. So it's actually not empowering to them to help them through what they're going through by trying to take it from them. So I don't know how you use your gifts, but that's just, everywhere where you think you have to take things on for anyone, can we destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pot, all nine shorts, boys, co-bads, and yawns. Okay, and Amanda, thank you for saying that. We're gonna take a quick break, just like a minute long break, and we'll be right back. And I'm gonna talk more about turning your wrongness into a strongness, or seeing what's wrong with you, what's wrong with you as one of your greatest gifts. And we will be right back.
OmTimes TV. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. OmTimes Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, OmTimes offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an OmTimes magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on OmTimes TV and broadcasting it across the extensive OmTimes radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. OmTimes. Open yourself to the possibilities.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome forward, everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, Amanda said, I'm always too sensitive. Anybody else out there think they're too sensitive? or been told that they're too sensitive? Okay, so somebody else's point of view is you're too sensitive. What if that is one of your greatest gifts? I know you're like, whoa, wait, what did you just say? Are you too sensitive, or are you just super aware? And if you're just super aware, isn't that a superpower? Aren't you just aware of everyone and everything all at once? Now, I will say it can be difficult when you're like, I feel like I have to do something with all this awareness. You don't. It's just being aware. And then one of the tools we have in Access Consciousness as well is to return to sender. Now, when I say return to sender, I know some of you are like, I don't want them to have more, and that's not how it works. They can't have more. You're not going to give them more. Remember, you didn't take it from them. Now you both have it. But you can just be like, saying return to sender, or that's not mine, acknowledges that it's just not yours. And you don't have to carry it around, try to figure out, process it. I have a little trick that can be really helpful. If you have something that you've been working on for longer than 6 months, like meaning you've been trying to change it, and you haven't been able to change it, it's probably because it's not yours. You picked it up from somebody and you've been trying to help somebody heal it, and you can't change something that's not yours, so now you both have it. And so the best thing to do in that instance is be like, okay, this isn't mine, return to sender. Cool. And then, yep. Yep. Okay, cool. As a kid, I was highly sensitive. Yes, cool, awesome. Take the burden a little. No, I think just have it. Okay, cool. Yep. Awesome. Thank you, Patty. That's a great question. Thank you guys so much for your engagement today. And any day you can do this. This is so much fun for me. I love talking to you. So, Patty said, how do I control these feelings? Grounding isn't working. Yeah. I will tell you, this grounding has never really worked for me either. So, but it's that return to sender that I was just telling you about. So when you're aware of something and you have these feelings, right? I would be asking, the feelings that you're having, are they even mine? And if they're not yours, you just return them to sender. But everywhere where any of us are just buying every feeling, every thought, every emotion as ours, and that we have to do something about it, can we just run and create that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, puck, pun, all 9 shorts, boys, covads, and beyond. Please do not pay attention to anybody trying to give you a reading right now. That's not me, and that has nothing to do with me. So, cool. Oh, cool. That's Simon says he goes to a retreat, absorb negative energy. I'm guessing that he goes and gives it to a tree. But Amanda, like your mom's, can you receive someone else's energy if they aren't near you? What do you think, Amanda? No, you're not that aware, Amanda. I'm just kidding. Of course, yes. We're all connected by an energetic grid and that's why when you're thinking about somebody, they call you. I mean, we're all connected. So yes, you're gonna absorb energy. You're gonna be aware of energy from all over. It's not gonna be just people in your field. But that being said, you may be in the grocery store. In the grocery store, you're like, all of a sudden you have this random thought, like, I need, like, I don't know, maybe something that you don't even eat. And it's not that you are hungry for that. It's like you walked by somebody who was craving that thing. That's literally how aware we are of everyone and everyone around us. So it's just like, okay, truth, is that mine? And if it's not yours, return to sender. I like to run. and I really like to trail run, and I really like to trail run downhill. And I can't tell you how many people I've run by that have points of view about running downhill, and about running, that, or have knee problems or something, that have thoughts about knee problems. I don't have knee problems, and I run by somebody and suddenly my knee hurts, and I'm like, that's not mine, return to sender, and the pain goes away instantly. It comes in instantly and it goes away instantly. So I highly recommend using this tool, return to sender. It will make everything easier for you because you're not trying to fix everything for everyone. Awesome. Cool. All right, let's see. Who else? Twice last week. Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hanging with trees, being outside. Astor, you're very welcome. My pleasure. Amanda, let me know if that was helpful. Patty, how are you doing? How are you doing with that whole return to sender thing? So now I want you to all look at this for yourself. I want you to take something that you think is wrong with you, and maybe you don't have it anymore because we just cleared it, and that's okay. You don't have to go looking for it. Yes, return to sender is so good, Simon. Okay, good. Amanda, thank you for sharing. Okay, so now take something about yourself that you think is wrong about you, and I want you to turn it 180 degrees, and how it has that become one of your greatest strengths. So you guys know my name is Venus. I didn't give myself that name. I don't think I would have chosen that name if I was giving myself that name. My mom was a hippie, but Venus is what? The goddess of love, right? And for a long time, believe it or not, I thought I was incredibly wrong for how much and how many people I've loved in my lifetime. I finally, especially with the tools of access consciousness, had flipped that, and I was like, wow, that's not actually wrong. This is one of my greatest strengths. My ability to love people is one of my greatest strengths. So how is something that you thought was wrong about you one of your greatest strengths? I know there's a way for you to see that for yourself. It's a different world nowadays. Yeah, I understand. Sorry to hear that, Patty. Yeah, Earnshaw, Henley, Chris, can we delete that? Just know that I'm not asking you for a reading, guys. So, or I don't know that person. So, return to sender is great tool. Yep, awesome. Patty. So, without talking to you, I can't really facilitate this particular thing because I'm not entirely sure the whole story. But if you want to call in at 202-570-7057, I'm happy to talk to you personally. So, yeah. And that Patty, I think my niece lives for my input. Absolutely. There's going to be people in your life, and I'll always encourage you to hang around people who empower you, who get you, who think you're amazing, and to not hang out with the people who don't. And I know that's tough because some of those people are your family, and they're just, I have lots of family members I don't talk to. And I'm not mean about it, or I don't make them wrong about it, but I'm like, but I know that they don't get me, and I know that they don't understand my gifts and capacities. And so that's why I created this private Facebook group, Bridging Realms, is for psychic mediums and people that are gifted to come together and feel safe, to feel empowered, to have other people uplifting you, because that's going to help your gifts grow. The judgment and the doubt is actually what kills our gifts. It actually cuts ourselves off. It's the gratitude and the acknowledgement of our gifts that help them grow and get greater. So everywhere where you haven't been willing to be grateful for and acknowledge your gifts, would you destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pakpan, online, shorts, boys, probas, and youngs. Yep. Amanda says, I've grown so much since I started being around people who have my best interests in heart. Absolutely. And it's, I don't know, I'm having a ton of fun today. I have fun every week with you, but like I'm having a ton of fun being in this group with all of you and just seeing you guys support each other. You know, like I'm honored to be part of this journey with you guys, but like to see you all like uplift each other and like give each other feedback, it's amazing to watch. And I don't know if you guys have been on other Facebook groups, but I haven't been on other Facebook groups like this maybe ever. So I'm honored that you guys all chose to be here, but that you're also just so there for each other and to give each other feedback. And I have asked this before, and I just always continue to ask. And if somebody says something in the group that you don't believe or that you don't understand, please don't judge them or naysay their whatever they're going through, because it's their journey, and this is what they're going through, right? And we can be there for them and uplift them and just encourage them. You know, sometimes you don't have to say anything. You can just be there for them. You can send them a hug, give them a heart, right? I don't know if you notice, I don't comment on everybody's. Well, I don't honestly have the time to comment on everybody's. But if like there are just times where I can't comment, but then there's other times where it's like I honestly sometimes don't know what to say, and that's okay. You don't have to always have the answers. You don't always have to know what to say. You can just tell somebody that you're there for them. And that's one of the greatest gifts you can be for people, right? It's like, I mean, how encouraging is it for you to just know somebody's there for you and that they have your back? Cool. I just came across your post. I find it a blessing. Aw, that's wonderful, Patty. Well, we're so happy to have you here. Cool. Awesome. Anybody else have any other questions or wrongnesses that they need a little bit of facilitation to change? What else is possible? Maybe it was meant for others to see when you were speechless. Aw, that's a good point. I can be speechless too. Well, and I guess that's a great point, Astra, and that's actually something that I have come as part of being me, is I don't have to have all the answers. I don't know everything. I know a lot. I've studied a lot. But still, I don't know everything. I don't have all the answers, and I definitely am still growing and learning as much as you guys are, right? So I haven't arrived. I don't even think we ever do arrive. I think being curious and being on that adventure and that journey of living is part of life. You know, it's like when we arrive, do we arrive when we die? I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe we just get another body and come back and do it again. I don't get that there's a finish line, at least not for me. And so if I don't think there's a finish line, then I know that I'm never going to arrive. So just enjoy the journey. Cool. Simon. Oh, Simon, I meant to tell you. So last time I was on a live, or 2 weeks ago when I was on a live, Simon said, I see you in windy. And I was on a cruise last week, and it wasn't windy until the last day, and we were doing pictures, and my hair was all in my face, and I just thought that was funny. I just wanted to let you know that I thought of you that day because it was really windy, and they were trying to take pictures. Anyway, this is very cool. How have you been practicing? I'm like 3 months new. Awesome, Amanda. Welcome. Yeah, it's not, it can be difficult, Patty, I see that. And I will tell you, it's easier when you accept it and don't resist it, and when you don't judge it. I have been a psychic medium now since I turned 30, which was 22 years ago. And it came on as if by magic. I didn't really have it when I was a kid, although I did have an imaginary friend that maybe wasn't that imaginary after all. But and then Simon says he sees a pearl necklace, and maybe I'll get a pearl necklace. Maybe I like it. So, cool. So, Patty, I want to talk to that a little bit, and this is good for everybody. Your point of view creates your reality, and I know that that's thank you. I know that that's difficult, but if you really do see things as difficult, it's going to be difficult. If you can start seeing things as a gift, if you can see things that you appreciate, that you're grateful for, again, this is the difference. You can judge what's happening and make it difficult, and you're going to have more difficult. Or you can be grateful for what's happening and see it as a gift, and then it's going to be lighter and easier. It really is so much easier when you're grateful for everything, even the things that seem to be difficult. Now, don't get me wrong, I have bad days too, right? I have things that happen in my life, but I just choose to see the good in it. I choose to know that the universe is conspiring for me. I choose to see the silver lining in every cloud. But that's a choice, and it's a choice we all have. So everywhere where any of you think you don't have a choice and that you're the effect of everything and anything, can we destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, pun, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Cool. That's awesome, Patty. My last time, I'm a very old soul. Yep. And that's a choice too. Cool. Congratulations, Amanda. That's awesome. Since 2017. Yeah, that was actually probably what was my pivotal moment too. I got clean and sober right before I turned 30. And I think that I know that that's part of the opening that happened for me, an awakening opening too. Yay, I'm so glad you know you're not crazy. You're not crazy. Yep, absolutely, Simon. Yes, and if you change that view, your reality changes. It's so true. Yep. Cool. So, has anybody, oh, I'd love to see this feedback. So when I said, okay, choose something that's a wrongness, and what is the greatest strength in it? What was your awareness? Anybody want to share? Yay, you're so welcome, Amanda. We're so happy to have you. Yay. So, anybody see what your weakness as your greatest strength yet? So we had a couple pivots today, right? We had the, are you crazy or are you just super aware? We had me loving everyone being a weakness is one of my greatest strengths. We had being empathic is one of your greatest awareness, right? Being giving. Cool. Awesome. So that's a beautiful pivot, right? So I'm a lot more aware and grateful for that. Yay! I plan on helping others that's awesome. Cool. I wonder, really truly, if you looked at this, I have home play for you. I challenge you all to do home play. I don't like to call it homework because who likes to do homework? Kimberly who says, my weakness was I shut off my gifts, and now I'm back to learning again and loving it and have such a different perspective this time around. Awesome. And we are so happy to have you on this journey, Kimberly. It's been a joy to have you. Okay, so your home play, if you choose to accept it, and I'm going to challenge you all to write it in the comments right now as you're listening. What's one thing that you're grateful for about you right now? I'll just play some music while I wait for you to comment. Oh, and by the way, we're not going to do a meditation today. I'm in a coffee shop and it's very distracting. So we're just going to keep talking. Amanda's grateful for my life, freedom to be. Astra, that's awesome. I love that. One thing that you're grateful for about you. So Amanda, I'm going to challenge you because the home play is going to challenge you a little bit different. The home play is to write 3 things that you're grateful for about you. Now, I know this is not normal. We're usually like, okay, what are you grateful for about your life? What are you grateful for? Like, great, that's awesome. Be grateful for that stuff too. But what are you grateful for about you? I did this 3 things I'm grateful for myself for about a year and a half. And by the end of that year and a half, I no longer thought I was wrong. I no longer thought I was crazy. I no longer thought that or looked to fit in, to belong, because I already had my back. And I knew the kind of person that I was, and I was the best version of me. I didn't have to change anything. I just had to start acknowledging what I was grateful for about me. Cool. Good lifestyle, awesome. That I'm here in this group, so I don't think I'm the only one. That's awesome too. That I was gifted at the age of 12. Yes, awesome. Cool. And at first, it takes a little bit of searching. And anywhere where you think this is egotistical or this is not what you're supposed to do, we destroy and uncreate that. Right, wrong, good, bad, puck, pot, all 9 shorts, boys, povas, and beyond. Dr. Dane here from Access Consciousness challenged me to do this years ago, and it changed my life because I truly began to see the gift that I am in the world. Not from ego, not from trying to be better than anybody else, but just really starting to see me as the gift that I am. And so what would it create if you really truly started to see you as the gift you are? Are you kind? Are you compassionate? Are you friendly? Are you, I don't know, maybe you're funny. I'm funny. I crack myself up all the time. Okay, cool. It lets me click on my link. I want to click web. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, son. I no longer think I'm crazy. I know I'm beautiful soul and person. I'm worthy of being gifted. Absolutely. That's beautiful. Yay. 2, beautiful. Gratitude destroys strife without release. Love within and releases love without. Absolutely. It's such a gift. I mean, gratitude changes everything. And, another little secret. Judgment and gratitude cannot exist in the same space. So if you're judging yourself, or you're judging your gifts, or you're judging how your readings are going, or judging something, stop. Find something to be grateful for, and it will go away. It cannot exist in the same space. How does it get better than that? Those are 3 that came straight to me. It's beautiful, Amanda. Now, your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to do it every day for the next week. And come next week and tell me how it's going. People are finally waking up. Yay. Yep. And Patty, what are you grateful for about you? I know it's a tweak, right? We're so used to like, what can I find outside of myself that I can't find within. Find it here. You are a gift. I will always tell you that. I will always be here to remind you of that. And someday, I hope you get that you're a gift too. Yay, Amanda's going to do it. Astra's mind blown. Sweet, I did something cool. Does anyone have multiplying gifts increases other people's gifts? Ooh, I like that. Do you have that, Simon? Will you acknowledge that you have that, even if nobody else has it? How cool is that? Oh, wow. You all melt me. I am so, so grateful for each and every one of you coming today and all the gifts that you brought and all the engagement. It was super fun talking with you. And I really, really look forward to seeing you again next week. I adore you all so much. Have a great week.